Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
We're going to watch the games that are coming out on PC, and Fox is here too. But she's doing her own thing. She's not watching with us.
I am. I have your stream open.
Well, you're watching the stream, but you're not watching in Discord, because if I open Discord, my PC will go out the window and say, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Well, yeah.
The dark ritual in which Jeff Keighley summons all of the gaming gods to shower us with teasers, trailers, and sequels. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Gameranx 10 brand new games announced at Summer Game Fest 2025. At number 10, it is Code Vein 2. Hey, did you need more anime vampires in your life? If the answer is yes, you're getting it. If the answer is no, you're still getting it. It's still coming, one way or the other. I guess it doesn't really matter what your answer is.
That's one game I'm gonna buy.
So there's a new threat this time in the form.
Code Vein. Code Vein is on sale right now for like a $5, down from I believe €30. So that's a steal.
Of something called Lunar Rapacious. I don't know what the hell that is or means. I do know that it's somehow causing revenants vampires to go mad and become monsters called horrors. This time around, you're not a blank slate custom hero. Code Vein 2 brings us a protagonist, a bona fide protagonist called the Revenant Hunter. I don't really know to what extent, if you're going to be able to customize at all. We haven't been told, so if you want to spend 45 minutes customizing the eye glow again, I don't know if you're going to be able to. We'll see, though. This character's arc is guided by another character called Lou, a girl with the ability to rewrite history. So you'll be traveling across timelines, fixing turning points in Revenant history, and, well, trying to set things right, I guess. So the world is ending again. It's more complex. Time is involved, but it's still anime vampire hunting Souls-like action. At number 9, it's Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver. I guess Wu-Tang was just like, and they made a lot of games that sound like Wu-Tang Clan, like Wolong and Wu-Chan, and why isn't there a Wu-Tang? I guarantee that's how this happened. Probably. I promise you, somebody in the Wu-Tang Clan was like, there's no reason for us not to release a game if they're going to keep making games that sound like this.
Oh, no,
anyway, Rise of the Deceiver is a fast-paced co-op action RPG. It is not a Souls-like. Again, it's fast. It's not based in parries. The emphasis is expression, teamwork, and of course, drip. It's not often I get to say the word drip with a straight face as Falcon the Game Bird. I don't know. I love Wu-Tang Clan. Who doesn't love Wu-Tang Clan? If you know the Wu-Tang Clan, you probably love the Wu-Tang. Why wouldn't you want to at least try it? I mean, not gonna lie, my expectations.
This guy just wants you to know the Wu-Tang Clan.
Super high for this type of a game, but that's more categorical as opposed to what we're looking at. Like, this looks cool as hell. I think I'm pretty optimistic about this one. At number 8, Atomic Heart 2 got announced. Yup, Atomic Heart 2. I actually really like Atomic Heart. Some of the stuff that people think is cringe about it, I like in a kind of semi-ironic, but not really actually ironic way. It's a fun game. It's a little cringe in a weirdly charming way, at least to me. I'm happy they're doubling down on all of that nonsense. Obviously, Atomic Heart 2 is expanding on the stuff from the first. You got the cyborg glove stuff. You got weapons, melee, ranged, etc. I'm just psyched that they're making a cycle.
It also has the time and the date on it.
I mean, that's basically the level of like things that you would hear in Atomic Heart, and that's why I enjoy it.
34 seconds.
And number 7, also from Munchfish, The Cube. Now, when you think of the Atomic Heart universe, you assume Atomic Heart and now Atomic Heart 2. But we're also getting the Cube, which is a multiplayer RPG shooter that takes place in the Atomic Heart universe. In the Cube, players embark on expeditions.
He has the Dark Star.
Oh, cool.
You remember that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
When my mouse goes over that eye, it turns to the Dark Star. Yeah, so far, this is the wallpaper I'd be going with, but I'm just going to have a
to explore
Look
the
around for
enigmatic
maybe better
structure,
ones.
the cube. A big cube, big levitating cube. You got rotating walls, shifting terrains, unpredictable combat scenarios.
I just think of that one game
it's
that-
an
not game,
MMORPG
that one TV show,
shooter
The Cube.
with roguelite mechanics wrapped in a psychedelic
Oh, yeah.
Soviet fever
I was trying to
dream.
be like, what's The
Munfish
Cube
owes
again?
me money for their marketing. And number 6 is Scott Pilgrim EX, which is, let's just be completely clear, a new Scott Pilgrim beat 'em up. The original Scott Pilgrim versus the World game is one of my favorite beat 'em ups of all time. And the people who made it later went on to
is also
form
pretty clean
Tribute,
on the
who is
back.
behind
doesn't have
Teenage
the
Mutant
audio
Ninja Turtles
sensitivity,
Shredder's
but,
Revenge.
like,
And they just absolutely
it's
killed
really
that game.
nice.
We've talked about the Marvel Cosmic Invasion game coming soon. They're behind that as well.
Sonny, no,
But this
not
is kind
allowed.
of like the main event for this. I can you tell
Enough of them
I'm
pizza.
excited,
Get that shit outta
excited.
here.
It's not just that they're making a sequel to that game. It's that it's
That's a
a lot of the
criminal
original
act.
developers. It's
It really
Anna
is, though.
Managuchi coming back for the soundtrack. This
It
time
is.
around, they're
Like,
talking
I
about it
tried
being
it
like
because someone
kind
gave
of
me a pizza and I
open
didn't
world,
look and I
like
had that
River
on
City
it
Ransom
before.
style open world, which is not, I mean,
And
open world in the
instantly
sense
I was
of
like,
today, but
"Ugh,
it's a bunch
no."
of interconnected areas
thing is,
that apparently are going to
you
be
know I
all
like
open from the
pineapples.
very start of the game. I don't know, I'm psyched. I'm so happy
But the
this is
fact
getting
that
a
I'm
new game
hating it.
from the original devs with Anna Managuchi on it, with Brian Lee O'Malley working with them
Think
on
I
it.
made it too far
Everything
now
about
to have
this
that as
is
wallpaper.
fantastic to hear. And number 5,
Someone
Lego
made a wallpaper of
Voyagers.
Aqua and,
I don't know if
Titanic
you're
missing.
aware of Lego Builder's Journey, which is a little bit more contemplative of a Lego game. The developers behind that are making this. Kind of has the
this is
same
straight from
style
Connie
as
whatever top on
Builder's
that. No, thank
Journey.
you.
Has an isometric perspective, but it's kind of, it takes two also. Like, it looks like Builder's Journey, but you're two different Lego bricks. And it takes two in that respect. Like, you have to do the thing.
Yeah, this isn't that great.
That's basically what it looks like, anyways. It doesn't look manic or mayhem oriented. It looks similarly kind of cozy type game
I
as
think
Builder's
so.
Journey. This one's actually not far
I
off in
remember
the
him
future.
saying that
The other
he
ones
didn't
we've
like it
talked about are
because
at
of that
least a year
reason.
away. This one
Yeah.
apparently is coming this year, and it's coming to PlayStations, the Xboxes, the Nintendo Switches, and PC.
Boop.
And number
I'll
4 is
boop you.
Infinitesimals. Just when you thought the tiny protagonist in a big world trope
How
had
are you,
been fully
Pink?
exploited, Cubit Studios
I don't
says,
need this one
hold
on
my
the
beer.
back, but it's
This is a
not the
third-person
audio
sci-fi
reaction
action
one.
adventure game
Because this
where
one
you're an
covers the
alien
entire
that has
screen, the other
crash
one
landed,
doesn't.
not on Earth necessarily, but
I like
you're
covering
an
entire
insect-sized
screen
alien. You're the captain
That's
of
just
a
what I like.
squadron of spacefaring, I don't know, dudes. I don't know, but
Okay,
you're
so you're-
tiny. You're on an alien world. Or maybe you're
For this one, you're basically a Bug's Life game. Literally.
on our world. I don't know. Maybe it's a
So like
different
the
time.
Epic
I
game.
really don't know yet.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
looks
movie.
cool though. Like, don't tell me this doesn't look cool. Obviously, the environment's the big thing here. What I like about this is that it looks kind of like it's using that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids aesthetic,
Oh,
just
yeah.
enough so that you think of it. Infinitesimals is coming to
It's like Honey, I Shrunk the
PS5,
Kids.
Xbox Series, and PC next year.
Ah,
And number 3 is End of the Abyss. Just when you thought your nightmares were safe. Just when you thought the indie developers were going to
Didn't they
finally
make,
leave
like,
you
a second
alone.
or
You could
third
be
one of
safe.
that
Just when
movie?
you thought the little
They made
nightmares
4
developers
in
were
total.
going to leave you alone. Just when you thought they couldn't have
How
possibly
many
any more
times can you
projects
shrink your
on the
children?
horizon. They're a small company. They can't possibly
4
do more,
apparently.
right? An offshoot of former Little Nightmares developers
Should've
called
learned after the
Section
first one.
9 Interactive comes with End of the Abyss. Haha. It's a top-down sci-fi horror adventure game where you play as Cell, a young combat technician investigating a facility that's got kind of a Dead Space vibe to it. Kind of an exploration, kind of a survival thing, branching paths, hidden areas, gear upgrades, tense combat. I don't know. It looks like an interesting idea. And considering that
Excuse
the
me.
Little Nightmares developers aren't really combat oriented,
Considering we
they
all
have
thought
combat,
this was Little
specific
Nightmares.
combat. I don't know. It looks pretty cool to me. Honestly, I just really like the vibe of it. It's kind of, I mean, I don't
It
know
looks
if
like it,
anyone
though.
else is
Has
going
the
to
same
agree with me, but it's
vibes.
kind
Literally.
of got that weird old
They passed the
Ghibli
Nightmares
vibe to
vibe
it
check.
with some of the like robot-y, monster-y type things. I don't know. It's weird. It's a next year game, PS5,
I love that
Xbox
game,
Series,
even though I've never
PC,
played it.
et cetera, et cetera. It looks cool. And number 2, it's Mortal Shell 2.
I've seen enough people
Mortal
play
Shell
it.
is a
That's the
great
only reason I
Souls-like.
haven't played it, because I've seen
Maybe
it
a little
played so
bit
many times.
limited
I'm
and
just like,
flawed in certain
I
ways.
already
It's still
know it.
really good in a lot of other ways. I don't know. It was one of those sort of quirky Souls-likes. It had some weird tinges to it that weren't
Like,
quite
that was my
what you'd
intention when watching
expect.
people
And
play it.
I
I
like
just-
that it's
people
getting a
just play
sequel
it
quite a
and I'd
bit.
watch.
You got 60
I
new
didn't know I was
dungeons.
gonna end up
The
getting
shell
them at the
system
time.
is returning.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly
So
what they're going to
they
do
put
to
one
modify
sale
the
for, like,
combat,
only a
if
couple of
anything.
euro at
I would
the
assume
time.
something.
Yeah.
But there is also going to be a beta. You can
He's
sign
his
up
own
for it
face
soon
to
if
beat him
you'd
up.
like.
Yep.
I have.
His
You can
tongue,
do so
actually.
too as well at mortalshell.com.
Oh,
And
That's
finally,
another Souls
at
game.
number
I think
one,
I'll-
it's
I think
Resident
I'll
Evil
play that.
Requiem, the 9th mainline
That's
Resident Evil
Souls-like.
game. We don't really know a whole lot about what this is, but we do know it takes place in a post-nuclear disaster Raccoon City, which is, I am all about that. You are an FBI agent named Grace Ashcroft. It looks very much like it is continuing in the footsteps of the Resident Evil 2 remake. The first-person Resident Evil stuff, it was
Which
great.
looks
I am happy
amazing.
they're moving in that direction. We don't have any specific release date information, but it's coming. It looks very, very cool, too. I do have some bonus stuff here for you. These weren't necessarily freshly announced at Summer Games Fest 2025. They're not new,
know
but
why
they
I'm
are
not
very
itchy.
cool. I
I
think
have my
definitely
orange juice
worth
right now.
at least some hype. Stranger Than Heaven, RGD
It'll be my
Studios
second orange
Noir
juice
Time
today.
Machine, Ryo Gagoku,
Because the
the
Luke said
Like
I
a
got in
Dragon
town was the
slash
orange juice
Yakuza people. They
Yeah.
officially unveiled Stranger
I just
Than
really
Heaven,
like orange
which was
juice.
previously something we
Don't
knew
know
about
why.
called Project Century, but it's a 20th century detective story with some survival elements and a narrative
Oh,
that
yeah, we
apparently
saw
really
spans
this.
decades. And it's
But you know
also,
I'm
keep
very
in mind, the
particular when
Like
it
a
comes
Dragon
to it.
devs, don't forget
Uh-huh.
that. So it's probably going to have some crazy stuff. Probably,
Is that the
maybe
Yakuza,
gonna have
like,
cool
one?
combat. I hope.
No, but it does
see.
remind you of
Obviously, I'm
Yakuza
very
game, doesn't
interested in
it?
That they're non-Yakuza games.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
which,
It's probably
I mean,
because
I don't know if you can really
they're probably
consider
in the same
Judgment
city
and
or
Lost
location
Judgment
as some
non-Yakuza
Yakuza games
games.
take
I
place.
like the detective
Yeah.
stuff in that though. I'm sure this is an extension of that, and I think that's cool. Next is Ill,
Also,
coming to us
don't
from
forget to
Team
promote
Cloud,
on
a
your
first-person
stream
survival
that,
horror game with a pretty
subs
wild-looking
are on deal right now.
dismemberment system, some crazy monsters. Guess
There?
this takes place in
They
a
ha-
fort
They have
that
bundles
has been
under
overtaken
like
by a
35%
mysterious
off. It was on
entity.
Sinna's Summit.
Next is
Pinned
Chrono
chat
Odyssey.
message on her
No,
stream.
it is not a Chrono Trigger
Oh.
related piece of media that I am at least
Once we're
aware
done,
of.
once we're
It's
done, once
an
we're done this and we switch to the
MMORPG.
game,
I
you can
don't
change the
know
pin if you
what
want.
exactly the nature of those elements are.
Yep.
It is a time
I
travel
took her pinned
MMORPG.
one
That's
for that
I mean
reason, 'cause I
really
didn't
what
know
it
you were
looks like
playing
at the
something.
moment. We'll see more as more comes out. They've taken forever showing footage of this game though. And finally, we've
I'll
got
have that ready.
gameplay from Dying Light the Beast. Obviously, this is a game
It's-
that is launching
they're there until
relatively
the
soon,
14th.
August 22nd specifically.
Okay.
It's looking pretty intense, pretty visceral, honestly pretty fast
Oh,
paced,
fuck.
which
That's what I forgot to
I'm
do.
all about. Looks really adrenaline pumping, you know? That's all we've got for you today, but
I
what do
can
you
do
think?
it.
Leave us a comment, let
Can
us
you come
know. If you
down
like this video,
for me
click like.
to-
If
for
you're
me
not subscribed,
tomorrow?
now's a great
Just
time to
remind
do
me
so. We
that,
upload brand new videos every
need
day of
to
the
get
week.
a
Best
box
way to
of
see them first
chocolates.
is, of course, a subscription. So
Mhm.
click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on
It was cool.